Welcome to San Diego Market Movers. I'm your host, Valley, and I'm here today with the one and only Melissa Tucci. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. We love having you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so Zillow told us that they predicted that in San Diego, home prices would appreciate 8% next year. What do you think about that?
My personal opinion, and obviously things could always change month to month, but I personally do not see that type of an increase.
Really?
I truly think, and again, because San Diego has so many different areas and pockets, coastal communities that sometimes withhold their value a lot more.
Okay.
I think that the overall market personally will increase 2 to 4%, while some other areas might even decrease 1 to 2%.
Yeah, so it's not really fair to put it all as 8% because we have like little micro markets here.
Exactly. But of course, if you want to take the averages, but I still think 8% would be
high.
amazing. But, being immersed in this market and just seeing the way things were 6 months ago to the way that they were 3 months ago to the way they are today, it's just such a transition and such a huge shift. What I will say, though, is that, when people see all these price reductions happening or, just things going $200,000 lower than that they would have 6 months ago, that doesn't mean, though, that the market has crashed or gone down 25%,
Right.
because it had gone up so much. So even with all of the crazy increases that we've had in the last 2 years with the kind of halt and shifting, it's just slowed it down to becoming more stable. But I really just, the 8% seems really high just based on, we just did such a halt on this crazy nonstop, multiple offers going hundreds of thousands over. And now things are sitting on the market. Average market times now are 30, 40, 50 days versus 5-10 days.
Yeah.
And people are just deciding to, oh my God, what if the market continues to go down, and they're lowering their price and just wanting to move on. But even with those big price reductions, it's not dragging the market down to this huge number because it was up so high. And I think that's the difference that a lot of people aren't realizing. But I am not going against Zillow in any way, shape, or form. I just personally, I'd be delighted to see it do 8%. I just don't think there's any way that that's going to be possible for this next year.
And as you were speaking, I was thinking about Zillow is more of like just data, right? So it's a computer system that generates this data and kind of spits out a number. Whereas a local agent is in it day to day, every day, and sees all the little shifts because it can shift 2 weeks to 2 weeks. It's a different type of market. And so Zillow can't really account for that data.
No, I mean, Zillow does a great job. They're an algorithm of data. They haven't been inside a lot of these homes, obviously.
Right.
They take the neighborhoods. Some of them are not even niche neighborhood affiliated to on price, but it's a great resource.
Right.
It's always interesting when a client is like, but Zillow has my house at this number. And it's like, you have to go through all of the data and statistics. So yeah, I just think just based on where the market is, and ironically enough, I get reports from Zillow on a weekly basis for different zip codes.
Okay.
And one of them was predicted, this particular zip code in San Diego, only a 1.5% increase for next year. So it's interesting how law of averages, but again, I certainly don't think the market is going
Crashing
below,
Right.
but I do think that there could be some areas where it does end up being, maybe 1 to 2% below.
Just a slight little dip.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just to get to some normalization and stabilization.
And you say it's healthy. It's healthy for us.
It is healthy.
Right.
It's hurtful and it's painful and it's a lot of long conversations and a lot of, talking people off the ledge and having them understand. But I mean, if it just keeps on going up, I mean, it has to stop at some point. And instead of it going like this and just going like that,
Right.
It
We'd
did
like
go
to slowly, gently.
just slowly get to a more stable, normalized market. Where I remember when the average market times, were 90 to 120 days, and people are like, after 2 weeks, they're like, what's wrong with my house if it doesn't sell? And so we just have to have a mind shift. And I think it's just hard because you're so used to just being set in one certain way. So it'll be interesting to see things unfold. And I certainly hope that the values increase more. I don't foresee that happening.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Thank you so much for sharing this insight. And we thank you all so much for watching.
Yeah.